Hi, everybody. I wanted to send a video. I think this is much easier than leaving a narrative in your grading platform. So this looks really great. I really like it. I do have a few technical comments and some things that I think should be added. So just technically, I don't think that your names need to be that large because this is an infographic that hopefully we might end up, in theory, providing to others. So you can make your names a little bit smaller and put them at the end. As long as I know who you are, I think that's fine. I do love the graphics. Everything looks great. It's very attractive. Just some technical things to begin that I think could be modified. So what I'd like for you to do is, instead of having sentences, I'd like for you to just have statements without periods. And so when you look at an infographic, when you are looking at just bulleted statements, there's no periods, it's not a full sentence, it's quick, very easy to read pieces of knowledge or information that your audience should be reading. So these are great statistics. I love it, but you can go ahead and remove the periods and try to separate, because it almost looks like it's one sentence, even though there's periods, with a section in the middle. So if you could maybe have a space in between here, if you want to use a bullet point, I don't know, maybe that might not look good, but just have a space, get rid of the period and keep the reference. And again, a title should never have a period. So please take those periods out, and especially, as we're going through here. So anytime there is a period, just go ahead and remove it, because it's an infographic. It should just be quick, brief statements. You could have bullet points to define each one, even though it's not that difficult to identify. It might help to just draw the reader's attention to the next section. And I'm just sort of making sure that I understand everything. So over 10,000 people in the US turn 65 every day. So what does this mean? Does that mean that older adults are more prone to falling? I think it's just less intuitive. So maybe we could, or you could, make this a little bit more understandable. I think these statistics are good. Death rates from falls have increased in the last decade, but why? Why are they increasing? Signs you might be at risk. Good. Lower body weakness, vitamin D deficiency. So this is a great section here, right? Home hazards. One thing that I think is missing, because you sort of jump into who's at risk and then what to do when you fall. You're missing out on some things for signs that you might be at risk. And I don't know that you're at risk for injury, but that you're at risk for falling. So I think that really should be the focus for this. And how can the older population limit their risk of falling? So here's your risks, and here's what to do when you fall, but how do you prevent a fall from happening? So there's a whole section in here that I think is missing, and you really only have one page, so you can go on to a separate page if you would like. The graphics here look wonderful. I think the font and everything here looks great. There's just a little bit of a lack of consistency with the bulleted points versus the sentences, as I mentioned earlier, lacking the how to prevent a fall. And you could focus on, those things to do at home, how to fall properly. And so there's a lot of information that you could be adding here. And again, take out this period. In case of emergency, absolutely. For more information, this is great. You have your resources, you have referenced appropriately, but there's some information that could be added. So I'm going to give you guys until Friday at 11:59 p.m. Please submit to Cougar Courses. I will reopen the Dropbox for you. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Have fun revamping this a little bit. Again, it's very attractive. I love the graphics. We just need to modify a few more things. So get in touch with questions, and I will see you guys on Monday. Thanks, everybody.